Good morning. Again, we're ahead of the sunrise. So hopefully you'll see it all again today. And we had a very interesting morning already this morning when I went out for my swim. There was a choir singing in the moment of dawn with the red fringe along the sky. And here we have the moon setting. It's a little brighter now, but I got it on the Instagram post, which I did before swimming. And there you have the moon setting, the full moon, the waning full moon. And it hasn't come yet, but it's on its way. Lovely to see friends sitting together watching the sunrise. And these guys over here were singing. I think they must be done singing. And then there was another group here. And besides that, there are 6 people out there under the leadership of Kathleen with their, what do you call those things? A couple have like little canoe things, but others have the board. What do you call that? That thing for you're standing up on it and you're like walking on the water. I forget. Help me. Paddleboarding. Paddleboarding. There comes the name. You know, the memory works. It kicks in little by little. Just want to get this beautiful window here for you, with the moon setting up here and the sun rising at our backs. I think it's almost here. There's sunrise. Sunrise right now, ladies. Got these ladies that are walking away and they need to see the sunrise. Hello, ladies. Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, there we go.
You almost missed it.
Oh, the real deal.
The real deal, exactly. And these people were singing beautiful choir from, I didn't get to talk to them because all the boats were going on there and I was in a hurry to get my swim in. So people, we're doing a series on the apostles here at Magdala, and you can see it at YouTube, Experience Magdala YouTube and Experience Magdala Facebook page in both English and Spanish. We're actually doing both versions, English and Spanish. And there's 2 portions to each presentation: an introduction of each of the apostles, which is a feature at Magdala in the Duke and Altram Chapel with the icons, and the second part on the impact of their lives. And it's a very interesting phenomenon, the apostles, because they're not just 12 individuals, they're one of the 12. Each one of them is one of the 12. The 12 is like the 12 tribes of Israel reconstituted, and the people of God, because the dispersion happened before and part of the signs of the Messianic period were the rebuilding of God's people, the gathering it together, the ingathering. And an essential component of this was the 12 tribes. And that's why there are 12 apostles. And the 12 apostles, Jesus said, will sit on the 12 thrones to judge the tribes of Israel. Can you imagine? And then there are the 12 foundation courses of the heavenly Jerusalem coming down from heaven. It's mystical language, but there it is, you know, it's a big deal. And right now, last night under the full moon, when it was just rising here at the Sea of Galilee, we filmed the first part of a very difficult topic. And I ask your prayers through the second part, which I'm going to do right now. And for this reason, I'm going to be a little shorter this morning, I hope. And the second, that's why I did the Instagram again early today. The second part we'll be doing it this morning on the apostle Judas Iscariot. So it's a very difficult theme, in a way, a theme that's not easy for all of us to deal with. We all prefer to have the happy moments and the joyful moments and not the moments of failure and catastrophe and disaster. And yet we have to see that with God's mercy and his greatness and the place in God's plan each one has. It's really amazing. Each bird here has its own place singing, and each of us have our place. And you know, in the reading today we have, "For freedom Christ set us free." We are free. Freedom is a huge concept in the scriptures. Hey, they're singing again. I'm going to go back for them. And liberation from Egypt, from slavery, a political oppression. And we have so much of that today that's applied by weapons. State borders are closed. People can't travel. They can't talk. They can't criticize the government. Lack of freedom. People walk and march for freedom. They rebel for freedom. And so there's that political freedom. Here they're singing over here. And then there's but that's not all the freedom. What about freedom from death? We need huge freedoms, and they're coming our way. For freedom, Christ set us free. Now imagine your child is envious because another child in the school has new tennis shoes that have little sparkling lights on them. So what do? You get a similar pair or a better pair for your child. Doesn't that happen? And there's part of that's necessary. But what about helping the child to become free of envy? And to celebrate that somebody else has something better. Could somebody take a screenshot just for the numbers, because sometimes Facebook does a funny thing with the numbers on me, if you'd be so kind. So to be free of envy, imagine to be free of revenge. Imagine to be freed of revenge. Somebody has done incredible injustice to us, and revenge doesn't chain us down. We're able to stay free of revenge.
Me aqui, envía-me a mí.
Imagine to be free of hatred that allows us to reconcile, to talk to people who hurt us. Imagine to be free of enslavement to sexual perversion. For freedom, Christ has set us free. And some people try to be okay by fulfilling rules. You wash your hands before supper, and you do that legalistically, ritually. But Jesus said, do charity and you will be completely purified. We are free for charity, free to love. Some of the greatest free people, most free people, are actually the people who are martyrs. And they can look at the face of their enemy and say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they're doing. And they can lay down their lives. This is an incredible expression of freedom. Look at the freedom of Mother Teresa. I heard the story of eyewitnesses who were with her, who brought her in through Beirut when the bombing was going on, back in the 80s. She had no fear. She was the first one to organize systematic help for the AIDS victims. She had no fear of going and catching a leper, picking up a leper from the street and bringing them to a home so they could die with dignity. The freedom to leave your home, to go and be a missionary, to be a volunteer. And not everybody can do that because you have duties and obligations, maybe you have health issues. But freedom to love your neighbor. For freedom, Christ has set us free. Freedom to sing, because we have a hope that goes beyond the circumstances of the moment. freedom over our own egotism, our own inner logics that are really demeaning or hurtful. Freedom to control our tongue. People, what an incredible freedom we have. I wish you many, many blessings. We'll do it a little shorter today. Just need to get this edited and up on YouTube, and then start preparing the filming of the second part of Judas Iscariot. Don't forget to check out those videos on the apostles at some time, maybe on the weekend, to see one or two with family members, and they can be a blessing for you. You know, every person we see in the gospel that's touched by grace is transformed, and it's good for us to contemplate that transformation, because it's a path we can also take and fly away from our base that's tying us down, and fly into the clouds, fly into a vision of life that is filled with joy and hope, no matter what the problems and hostilities and difficulties are at the moment. People, God bless you. It's great to be with you here. Maybe we'll catch the moon on this one here, will we? I have to look around. Yeah, the moon is actually still there, but I'll go around and show it to you. That'll be the best. God bless you. See you later, alligators. Here you can get the moon going down. Look at, there you are. Moon set, sunrise. God bless you.